So, any guesses for how you might use a flamethrower in an actual setting? It doesn't even have to be natural disaster related, but there's at least 3 good uses that I have that I'll share. Yeah, so clearing debris, that's actually one that I haven't covered, but there's been people that have cleared debris or wasp nests from power lines or hard to reach places. I think that's a little bit more of an extreme example, but some of you guys have even seen maybe videos on TikTok or Instagram or whatever of helicopters flying near power lines with giant chainsaws to clear debris. Yeah, that's pretty wild. It's there's got to be a better way to do it, but I guess not. And now drones are becoming that better way. But yeah. Yeah, start forest fires or even manage forest fires. And so, of course, I did make it a joke previously. Yeah, this is a way to start your own natural disaster, right? You know, your own wildfire. But you could actually do what's called making a break line. So in wildfires or controlled burns, you'll want to actually burn off a 6 to 12 foot wide section, sometimes even a little bit wider. So you're actually stopping the burn in one part of the forest before it expands to another part of the forest, or maybe fields or crops that might be just on the edge of the forest. And so oftentimes you'll get boots on the ground with excavators sometimes if they're accessible, that sort of equipment. But oftentimes you'll just get people with shovels and actually making those trench lines or those debris lines or those burn lines. But you could, of course, use a flamethrower. Not the best tool for that, but there is actually one of our customers has a much larger crop spraying drone, and we modified it to deploy clam and oyster seeds along the coastlines as an environmental response sort of initiative. But that same sort of concept of deploying clam and oyster seeds can be used to deploy what are called dragon eggs, and they're basically little mini napalm balls. And so you can set an automated waypoint mission. Hey, we want to set the fire line here to spread the actual wildfire from spreading to the next area over. So again, there is actually some natural disaster scenarios for this. The one that I'm the most excited about seeing flamethrowers take off on drones is those light shows that you've seen where 1,000 drones, 5,000 drones, 10,000 drones, whatever it is, all make the shape of objects or whatever. I remember seeing one, being a Pokemon fan growing up. Nintendo did some sort of anniversary where they had Pikachu fighting Charizard, lit up by drone lights. I was take 5 of those 1,000 drones, attach a flamethrower to it, and then when Charizard uses flamethrower, he's actually breathing fire and not just lighting up the shape of fire, right? So I think that would be a pretty cool use case. And then also in a controlled burn sort of setting where, especially in more rural areas, you'll get people they'll make their own fire pits and have bonfires. And if you've known people to do those, chances are you've also known people singe off their eyebrows from getting a little bit too close, or sometimes even getting rushed to the hospital because the fire just ignites a lot quicker, especially if there's gasoline or whatever involved. So why not risk a drone to set a fire like that, doing a controlled burn on your property versus getting up close and personal, with a match that you're trying to throw into. Any other examples of how you might be able to use this in a productive, non-destructive way? S'mores? Actually, we do have that video. Yeah, we weren't flying it at the time, but we had it on the ground and ignited it while our lead engineer, took a marshmallow. He had my mom's kitchen apron on and everything to really sell the wood.